Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. Today we're going to make us a nice little video. I use this for, depending on I eat it for a treat, for a snack. But what I do is I'm going to dry age some meat, and I'll show you what that consists of. And then at the end of the video, I will show you guys I cook it in two different ways. So this is going to take a total of 4 to 5 days because I'm going to dry age the beef in my refrigerator uncovered. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it because this is easy, it's great, and it's very, very tasty. You guys are going to love it. Just give it a try. Okay, basically for the dry aging thing, I'm going to use us a London broil here. As you can see, this is what I look for when I'm making this, especially, is get it at a discount. When it's getting ready to turn, people don't like little brown spots or aged spots on the meat, so they drop the price. And as you can see, it was $11 and change before. I paid $8.54 for that. So at today's prices of meat, that wasn't too bad. And then I'm also just going to use some salt. I have here, this is Redmond smoked salt. It's got a little flavor to it, but not much. I like it, but I think it has a saltier flavor than the regular Redmond salt. It tastes good either way, so I'm going to use that to rub into the steak. Okay, as you can see, what I'm going to do here is I'm just patting the meat dry, getting all the excess liquid off. We don't want no more liquid on there than needs to be, because we're trying to dry this out, right? Okay, so next step. I like using my little meat tenderizer. As you can see, hold it sideways, it comes up and it's got a bunch of little pointy things that come out. It's got 3 rows on this one. But anyway, then you just take it, and you poke this into the meat. And if you see it, you can tell it's got little holes in there, if you can see them. And I do the same thing on this side. Just a way of tenderizing it. Years ago, I mean, you can still do it. I used to just use a fork, but I like that thing better. Then we're going to take some salt. And then we're going to put some salt on here. Kind of liberally, because you know it's going to dissipate when you let the dry aging process begin, but you know, don't worry about it. It's going to taste good. And then I'm going to put a little bit more here, and then I just press it in. And yes, with those holes, it should get down inside a little bit. And then we flip it over. Let me wipe my hand off here before I stick it back in the. Okay. And then we're going to, again, salt this up. And again, we're going to just rub it in, pat it in, rub it nice. Make nice to your meat. Rub your meat till you're happy, huh? Okay, so that's that part. This is really simple. Okay, then we're going to take the piece of meat that we got. Now you can use, if you don't want to use London broil, you don't have to. Nothing says it has to be London broil. Any kind of meat will work. It's the same process. Okay, so now we get this. Let me get a drip pan. Okay, with my drip pan, now this rack doesn't fit 100% into the inside of the pan, but it's going to be close enough for what we want to do. I put this at a little angle, as you guys can see. See that? Okay, so now we're going to take this and just stick it in the refrigerator. And you guys will be back in 4 to 5 days. Okay, as you can see, it's in the refrigerator. I got the rack. You want the air circulating top to bottom. I will flip this periodically while it's in the process of drying out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like in 4 to 5 days. Okay, guys, this is part 2 of my dry aging meat process. Remember, about 5 days ago, we put in a London broil. We just coated it, well, not coated it, but we put some salt on there, rubbed it in, popped it in the refrigerator. This is 5 days later. We did that on, I think it was a Saturday or whatever, and today's Thursday. So at any rate, what we're going to do now is the other 2 things I said I was going to cook it 2 ways. We're going to throw it on the barbecue grill one way to make a nice grilled London broil, and then we're going to take it and we're going to cut some off, and I'm going to pop that in the dehydrator. Because I'm going to tell you, this thing makes a heck of a dried meat or whatever you want to call it, but it's delicious. You guys are going to love it. So without further ado, let's get to part 2. Okay, so as you can see, this is not nice and bright red like it was. It's like a little, looks like it's already been cooked, but it's pretty firm to the touch. And you can see the fat. That's a little bit stiff, but that's all right. We're going to cook it up just as is. So I'm going to take you out to the grill, show you what we're doing. Okay, guys, here you have the nice age-dried London Broil. We're going to be popping that on the grill. Right now it's about 4 1/4 on the grill. We're going to wait till it gets a little bit higher, and then we're going to throw it on there. Okay, guys, we're going to cook this 3 minutes on each side. I don't know, we'll see. It's going to look good, so it looks right. Push down a little bit. And you notice you don't hear a big lot of sizzle because there's hardly any moisture right now on top. But push down, you can hear a little bit. All right, let's let this cook, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes per side, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're ready to flip. It's been about 3 minutes, give or take. And as you'll notice, it's getting a lot more darker, and I didn't even flip it yet. So, got some nice grill marks on there. So we're going to let this run for another 2.5, 3 minutes. And we shall return. Okay, guys, we're going to flip this over. Check the temp. I want to try to get it somewhere in the... That's looking good. I'll probably take it off here in a minute. Let me get the temp on here real quick, just to see what we got, what we're looking at. That's 132.7. And this is 126. So I believe we're going to be taking this off. But it is looking good if you can see that right there. Look at that. Ooh. Can't wait to dig into this one. I love making the meat this way. And the other thing is when you put it in a dehydrator, it doesn't cook near as long, which is another reason I like doing it this way. But the taste, it'll blow your mind. All right, so let's turn this off. We'll bring this inside, let it rest a couple minutes, and then we'll slice into it, see what we got. Easy peasy, ladies and germs. Okay, it's still relatively warm, so it's been resting. It's been doing its thing. So what we're going to do now is take out a knife and a fork here, and we're going to slice into this bad boy and see what we got here, huh? Okay, try to do nuts. Not quite the middle, but it'll work for me. See that? We got a nice color on there. And what we're going to do here is I'm just going to take a little slice here, just to give you guys a little taste. You got to admit, that looks pretty good. Let's take a bite. Very tasty. It's got a nice little chew to it, but it is London Broil. I can taste the salt. The salt takes you a while. Well, it won't take you a while to get the perfect amount. Excuse me, but it'll take you a couple different tries, I'm sure. But don't be afraid to use salt. Salt is good for you. Look at that. Perfect amount. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, I'm going to slice this pretty thin. Because what we want to do is get some pieces for our dehydrator. And this is why I like doing it this way. It doesn't take no time at all to doesn't take any time at all to dehydrate this meat. Okay, stop eating, mix it down. This stuff is really good. Okay, so let me cut a little more of this and we'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I've sliced up some of the London broil. We're going to pop this in the dehydrator, and we'll show you when we're done. It only takes about maybe a little less than an hour, the way this is. Okay, guys, so this was at 1 hour and 1 minute, I think. Here we go. I just cut a piece of the just cooked on the grill. You can see how still nice and pink it is, and this here is the dehydrator. So I couldn't think of the dehydrated meat before, like jerky. But anyway, this dehydrated London broil jerky, and then this is regular grilled London broil. As you can see, I got two different things going with an aged, salt-aged, dry salt-aged London broil. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't yet. And remember, when you're hungry, come back and we'll give you another delicious dish just like this. This is Mr. Dan saying thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me have a bite. Definitely delicious.